Hey guys, this video I'm going to be reviewing Arrow 106 titled Legacies. If you guys enjoyed the review, hit the like button down below, subscribe for new, notifications gone? Turn notifications on. Let's get right into the video. So, it opened up with mass gunmen robbing a bank. They broke into it, started robbing it. And it's the Arrow's version of the Royal Flush Gang. This was what was introduced in The Flash in season 8. But it's a different version. I don't know really why there's two different versions. But this is a different version of what we got in The Flash in season 8. There's an off-duty cop there, and there's a lady next to that cop telling him not to play hero, to stand down. He's not really going to listen because he has a gun on him, says he's going to, do something. And then one of the guys that's in there with an ace mask on shoots him and kills him. Kills the cop. An alarm was set off, and Frank Pike is on scene at the time. And the guys took several masks and just threw them on all the people in that bank as a getaway. And they got through a hole and ended up somewhere else in this, I think it was outside the bank or something, but in the back. And they drove off. Then it goes to Oliver and Diggle training in the bunker. Dig tells Oliver that one day he will be straight with him on what happened on the island, but that's not happening on that day. Oliver is looking into Scott Morgan. Scott Morgan is part of the crew that hit the bank, and Oliver's considering that the SCPD will be all over this because a cop was killed, so it's not really safe for him to even go in there or anywhere near this whole thing. And since it is street crime, he doesn't want to deal with it. Even though his name is on the list, he doesn't want to deal with it. And they'll more than likely get justice done anyways by the cops and not specifically by Oliver. Dig tries to convince Oliver to deal with that crime, the street crime, because it helps the city come one step closer to being safer than just focusing on the list and focusing on the higher-ups and not the randoms that are on that list. Goes back to the island. Oliver ripped the page out of the book, or out of the list, I should say, because it was just blank. All the pages are blank, and we find out why later in the episode. Then we see Robert in the cave with Oliver. Yeah, goes back to present day. Time to go see Laurel. Laurel wants to take Laura to Coast City, but she doesn't want to because the work she put into a clinic is going under. So she's trying to save it. She doesn't really have time for any Tommy's bullcrap. So she, pretty much told him off. Thea has noticed that Moira is off after Walter left. And Moira's talked to Janice Bowen, aka Carter Bowen's mom. And according to Oliver and Thea, Carter is the perfect son to Moira. It was a funny scene between them two, going back and forth. But they're going to brunch, and Oliver tries to get out of it. Oliver tells Moira he and Thea will be there. Anyways, just to suck Thea into it. Dig tells Oliver Scott Morgan tried to kill himself. So Oliver starts to leave. Tommy comes to see him, tells him that he bought a new expensive car or something. But Oliver comes up with an excuse, and he goes. He gets to the hospital, and Diggle lied about Scott trying to kill himself to get him there because the wife of the officer that was shot was transported to a much better hospital than where he was at, and Dig said that Oliver was the one that paid for it. So, Then they start looking into the guy who shot the cop, and he has a temper, clearly. And he has what appears to be a college ring, and there was a mark on one of the guys he had hit in the neck or on the face that left a mark, and you could tell where it was from. So that was later in the episode, but you could tell it was a college ring. Oliver goes to the SCPD to get more intel. Then it goes to Tommy, who went to see Laurel again, and offers a ton of money to Laurel's foundation to throw a fundraiser for it to gain more money. Ace, the guy with the college ring that shot the cop, hit the bank manager with his ring and left a mark, and they can tell it's from a high school. So this is a high school class ring, not a college one. And Kyle Reston, who was part of that gang, had dropped out during senior year and went off the grid alongside his family. So this Royal Flush Gang crew is a family. It's not 4 to 5 different people. It is a full family. We're talking about, I think it was 2 kids and 2 parents, dad and mom. I don't remember. Was there a third? I think it was 4 total. But the mom was actually on the floor telling the cop to not be a hero. So she didn't want him to get hurt, and their entire plan was for no one to get hurt. But that cop didn't listen, and he got shot because of it. Because the one kid, Kyle Russ, I'm pretty sure his name was, he had a temper and everything just didn't go right. Oliver recognized there was a woman involved, aka the mom, because the entire family is on this robbery. Not only that, but he pieced together that when everyone was leaving, there were like a certain number of men and women leaving, but there was one out of the women missing that just wouldn't add up. The cops didn't find her, so that means she was part of this or she was taken. But Oliver put together, this is a family thing, so why wouldn't the mom be a part of it? And also, it's kind of not really a coincidence that, the mom's there while the family's robbing something. That cannot be a coincidence. Oliver realized that he's late to the brunch, so he shows up late. Carter brought up Dr. Oz, and Oliver thought he was talking about the wizard, not the person. As in Dr. Oz, the person who's running for governor or whatever. Senator, I don't know, who cares? But he was a TV show host or something, I don't know, don't care. The family that broke into our bank is robbing a bank club now. Diggle goes to get Oliver to let him know about that, and Oliver and Dig go. The family, or the Royal Flush Gang, is in the underground network. The cops are all down there. They were waiting for them because they figured they would get down there. Oliver shows up as Vigilante, wraps up the bags they had. It was a really cool scene with the arrows. The guys got away. The cops got the Vigilante. He gets away. The cops continue looking for the Royal Flush Gang, and they get away. So the cops, no one's lucky here. Now, why Oliver didn't just, shoot him against the wall? I guess the cops would have been more focused on Oliver than the Royal Flush Gang, so they probably would have gone away anyways. Right? We're just gonna say that. But nonetheless, the crew is planning one last heist, and so Oliver and Dig go to Felicity to look into Derek Reston, who was the father. Derek worked in the Queen Steel factory. Robert outsourced him to China, meaning he lost a ton of money in their home, as in they lost their job. It goes back to the island with Oliver and Robert. He gives Oliver the gun with what's supposed to be 1 bullet in it. Robert tells Oliver he can survive, but Oliver doesn't believe that, so he puts the gun to his head, and it goes back to present day. Oliver wants to give Derek Reston, a second chance of redemption. Oliver blames himself. He is trying to make those mistakes his family made better, so he wants to give the Reston family the same chance. Oliver goes to see Derek Reston. Offers him a job at Queen Consolidated from places all over the country. Oliver slipped a tracker and bug into his jacket, and they don't want to abandon their son. We can hear that over the bug that Oliver put on him. And Derek is hell-bent on doing one more heist. Oliver has to go after him now. He heard that. He can't just let it go. Oliver and Dig go to the fundraiser, and Oliver plans on leaving to stop the crew. The advice Thea gave to Tommy was used on Laurel, and it seemed like Thea she was expecting Tommy to use that on her, not Laurel. I think that was mentioned a little bit later in the episode too. Carter Bowen comes to see Laurel. Carter wants to have a few drinks with Laurel to talk about the new clinics and the Glades. Moira and also Tommy was jealous of that. Moira is used to Oliver lying, not keeping promises. And at the worst possible time, Diggle comes to get Oliver about the next heist. Oliver has to go. Moira has had it with him, so she doesn't give a crap. The gang took on another cop, and they didn't shoot him this time, they just knocked him out. thankfully, but they heard something, so they went to go see it, and there was Oliver showing up as Vigilante. Kyle has a shield, bashed Oliver through several layers of glass. The guard woke up, sees Oliver fighting the crew. The guard shot one of the crew, and it was Derek that got shot with the gun. It was a shotgun, so obviously he didn't survive on that. Goes back to the island. Oliver is hallucinating, or was. Robert was never really there. And Robert said Oliver threw away his sacrifice. And I think that was where we see the list start to... He hold over the fire, and like all the pages started to come in because it was like some kind of ink. We learned about it later in the show, but I don't remember what it's called. It was like League of Assassins stuff, so... Derek ended up dying. Goes back to present day. Derek died. Goes back to the fundraiser. Thea's drinking and trying to be with Tommy. Thea's throwing up outside. Laura goes to check on them. And Laurel tells Tommy that she hates Carter. Wants nothing to do with him. Oliver's beating himself up again. Oliver's starting to believe that when he deals with random crimes, it honors his father as well. Stan Washington, the cop that was shot in the beginning of the episode, woke up. He's going to be fine. Dig told Oliver that. Goes back to the island. Oliver woke up after hallucinating. Holds obviously, like I said already, the list over the fire. All the pages started to fill in. And Oliver knows his responsibility now with the list. Goes back to present day. Moira apologizes to Oliver. And Oliver said she was being honest. And then Oliver and Moira go to Big Belly Bigger. Bigger? Big Belly Burger. Can't talk. So that was the episode. It was really good. It was kind of like average. It was a good episode though, compared to like, the other two first episodes of the season. It wasn't really that close, but it was still good. I am curious because I know in the middle of the season, like things started going overdrive, so I'm really excited for that, which is why I'm kind of working towards that, because I really want to get the Malcolm Merlin stuff and the Dark Archer stuff, because I really like that. I just know that about season 1. I don't know a lot about season 1. Season, 2 and parts of 3 is where, I get, deep into the show where I've seen it, 100 times and I know what I'm talking about. But season 1, I've never really paid attention to till now. So... yeah, we're going on this whole thing together, I guess, as a community, but yeah, I think that's support on the series. As always, the past six reviews I've done have been doing really well on the channel. Not extraordinary well, but pretty well compared to other videos, so thank you for that. I hope we are reaching a new community with these videos. That's the entire point of it. So I would hope... which I know it has worked, I think, from the first two and a little bit of 105 and 104 as well. But, yeah, I think it's support. 107 will be up Monday, August 8th. I have no idea if we're going to be recording an extra one for next Thursday. I don't know what date that is, but a week from the point in time you guys are seeing this, which is August 4th, I'm pretty sure. I need to look at a calendar because I'm an idiot. Yeah, August 4th. It'll be August 4th. You guys are seeing this on August 4th. I'm recording this on August 2nd, so. But nonetheless, I don't know if there's going to be one up a week from this one. But 100% there will be reviews on Mondays. So August 8th, the only video that will probably be up that week will be that Arrow review. So yeah, thank you guys for all the support. I appreciate it. Have a good day. Have a good night. Stay safe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.